And we have some more inputs coming in on this story. Amid crisis in Sudan, U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken participated today in a special ministerial session under the leadership of African Union Commission Chairperson. Participating leaders agreed unanimously on the urgent need for an Eid al-Fitr ceasefire in Sudan to alleviate the suffering of the Sudanese people and to pave the way for a more permanent ceasefire. CNN News 18 Siddhant is joining us. Siddhant, can you tell us more about this special ministerial session that was held under the leadership of African Union Commission and was also attended by U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken?
Well, that's right. So African Union Commission's meeting did take place, and in fact, from American side, Secretary of State Antony Blinken did take part in the meeting, and unanimously decision has been taken that the only immediate solution to this entire crisis is ceasefire, and in fact, all these nations are looking at a possibility of ceasefire, maybe on the day of Eid or around that, so that the governments can reach out to the normal citizens stuck there, stranded there in terms of supplies, the basic amenities. Also, since once these two warlords will hold on to the ceasefire, then there is also a possibility of forming a human corridor so that successful evacuation can be done. And it's not just the concern of Indian government, but in fact, US, UK, and the other major stakeholders in Sudan are also concerned about the safety of their citizens. Diplomats is stranded right now. And this is perhaps the reason that, in fact, Mr. Blinken did speak to the two warlords, and he, in fact, expressed his concern in terms of security of people stuck there. And he also requested both the warlords to announce ceasefire, maybe on the day of Eid, and so that people can get out of their homes and can get the basic amenities, because situation is so complicated that even 3 days back, some groups with guns did open fire on the convoy of U.S. mission to Sudan. So since they're not even leaving the U.S. convoys, so safety of the other missions in Sudan is also a matter of grave concern. In fact, yesterday, when there was a briefing of External Affairs Ministry in New Delhi, they did explain the entire situation, that how the situation is worse outside the Indian embassy in Sudan, which is next to the airport, and that entire area is worst affected because of the ongoing internal conflict. So right now, Indian government does have contingency plan is in place. In fact, we have been told that they are working on multiple plans right now. Port Sudan is one area through which the evacuations can take place if there is a possibility of forming human corridor, because that particular place is considerably safer. Also, since it's a landlocked country and the bordering countries are 1,200 kilometers from the mainland, so ferrying Indian citizens to the other country is not advisable given the current situation. And this is perhaps the reason that it is making, not just for Indian government, but other countries more difficult for the evacuation process. So ceasefire is likely on the cards. And if both these warlords agree to for the ceasefire, then that would be a big relief. And in fact, post that, there could be a possibility of human corridors getting formed, and maybe evacuation can happen. Back to you.
All right, Siddhant, thank you for getting us all those details. Now, shifting focus.